Well, let me try to start off fairly positive. I saw Theory's video on why the Mando's ratings sort of declined somewhat, and I found that video fairly moderate, and I actually liked it. I even did a recording somewhat praising it. Unfortunately, this new video kind of negates any goodwill he built up. A genuine controversy here with The Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett, but as always, he has to go the extra mile and insert some weird conspiracy theories. So let's get to the news about Temura's general unhappiness with what they did with Boba and him hoping to be in the Mando season 3. And spoilers, he was not.
About it, most likely, and claimed that he was supposed to be in it, but his phone never rang. So let's go ahead and read the actual message. Well, that Mando guy stole a few chapters of my book. It was painful watching him turn up with some black new lethal sword, the Darksaber. And the way he turned up in my book of Boba, he just destroyed everybody. I'm sure this guy is ruining my show, but I couldn't say anything. I'm not the writer, so I have to bear it, I guess. And for me, there's a lot more he said. For me, first of all, he probably approached this with a smile. Of course, I wasn't there. He probably approached this with a smile. He probably was very lighthearted about it and laughing about it.
It would have been interesting if Boba did show up in Mando Season 3. I have no issue with Temura or his performance. I like him. I've liked him since the prequels, so I have no issue with Temura. I just wonder what Theory is saying, that I stand with Temura, guys. He will always have an ally with me. What does that mean? I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. Do you have a personal relationship with Temura? What do you even mean? Are you saying Disney's mind controlling him? That can't be the case because he's openly saying things that are critical. So I have no idea what you're talking about. Apparently there were talks for Boba to be in The Mandalorian Season 3, but as Disney explained, there may be business reasons that did not happen.
We got in the Boba Fett show. Then the actor shared that he believed that Disney was dealing with some cutbacks on Star Wars content, which is why certain shows like the Book of Boba Fett and Obi-Wan Kenobi might not have a second season in development. I think there was a few changes going on. We also come under the big umbrella known as Disney now too, so it's one of the last few conversations we had in LA. The conversation started like, oh look, we're having a few changes, we're having a few cutbacks. And when you hear that at the other end of the line, it's no good trying to negotiate any more money, that's for sure. But we'll see what happens. Now, something else the other article didn't include, which this one does, which is we got this covered.com. I was supposed to be in the...
And although I did like most of Book of Boba Fett, I would agree they changed the character a little bit too much. But I don't see a sinister Disney conspiracy. This seems to be the Favreau-Filoni interpretation of Boba. I would have preferred the more original version, but they wanted to play with Godfather and yes, even Dune. It's pretty astonishing how much of Dune as a story was in Book of Boba Fett. They basically had the story of Paul Atreides, of trying to be integrated into this kind of desert clan, finding his power, and becoming a savior of Tatooine and so on and so forth. So if you've read Dune and even seen the movies, you'd be like, wow, they just did that and spliced in some few moments from Scorsese or something. And again, overall, it was fine. It just, it didn't fit my idea what Boba is or should be. But again, how is Disney involved? It just seems like maybe they gave some notes, but this is what Favreau wanted. And this is ultimately what I don't like about Theory, is that he keeps saying Disney this, Disney that. These are normal decisions. Now, Book of Boba Fett got good ratings, so I imagine we're going to see more of Boba, and Kenobi got good ratings. But will it be done in the manner that Theory wants? Maybe not, but this is what he wanted. He doesn't want Kathleen Kennedy, so it's going to become the Favreau-Filoni era. Don't like that interpretation. You just say so. Instead, you're going with, tomorrow against Disney, I will not allow it, blah, 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 blah. Again, we just got to address who made these decisions, and that's Filoni and Favreau. If you have issues with what they did with Boba or Mando, you should criticize them, and I think that's the way to move forward, is like, where it's good stuff, say it's good stuff. Where it's bad stuff, it's bad. And again, overall, I did like what they tried to do with Boba, but I've already seen Dune, I've read the books, and I've seen the movies, so I was hoping they were going to do more, but it does feel like there's a kind of laziness in just taking old films and old books and old ideas and just repackaging them. But I don't think that's a Disney issue. That just seems a Favreau issue. Again, I'm hoping things will get better, but it does seem the new standard is just recycle old ideas, unfortunately.